In order to double or triple your reading speed, you have to be able to monitor and control the bad habits you indulge in when reading. You won't be able to improve your reading skills without first examining what makes you a slow or average reader in the first place. Let me ask you this: what's slowing you down? Here are the issues most people experience before they even start reading. Suboptimal physical and mental conditions. You may never have considered how much your physical and mental conditions affect you, but they can have an enormous impact on the speed and manner in which you absorb written information. Your ability to read fast is directly related to your physical and mental state. The following factors are guaranteed to slow down your reading. You are tired. Many people like to read before going to bed, but the truth is you are better off just going right to sleep. You won't be reading at your peak capacity if you'd rather be sleeping. You just ate a lot. After you eat any meal, but especially a big one, more blood is rushing to your stomach than to your brain. Your brain just isn't going to be in top shape at this point. You have things on your mind. You need to have a clear, focused mind in order to reach an optimal reading speed. While some people can block out all our thoughts, many others cannot. You are in an uncomfortable position. If you are uncomfortable, you won't have that clear, unfocused mind mentioned previously. And you are too comfortable. But don't take yourself too comfortable, or you'll end up convincing your body that it's time to go to sleep. How to fix it? If any of this seem to be affecting you, it's still okay to read, but understand that you would gain better results if you went to sleep or waited a little bit. Second issue before you even start reading: distracting physical environment. You also need to be aware of the conditions of your immediate physical environment. The things around you frequently serve as distractions that inhibit your top reading speed. Take a look at the biggest blunders readers make when selecting a location to read. Noisy environment. Psychological studies have proven that our minds cannot pay sharp attention to two things at once. For most people, even a little conversation behind them or the football game turned down to a low volume will be a distraction. Your mind won't be able to distinguish the sounds of its own reading. Visual distractions. Reading in a crowded place where there's plenty of activity, or even reading in front of the television, means that there's lots going on in your peripheral vision that can distract your eyes from staying glued to the page. Electronics. Electronic devices are definitely a distraction, no doubt about it. If you are trying to speed read with the television on, Facebook open on your laptop, and a text message on the go, you won't be able to get much reading done. How to fix this? Simply decrease the number of distractions in your environment. Speed reading requires that your attention be centered on your reading. Now, here are the issues while you're reading. Reading out loud. The mind moves faster than the lips. When you're reading out loud, you are focusing on things like enunciation, plus you're pulling in so many more parts of your body: your lips, mouth, tongue, jaw, throat, lungs, and so on. Each word needs its individual attention. Your mind doesn't need to work on this level. If you can choose between reading out loud and reading in your head, then choose to read in your head. Reading silently is easily 5 to 10 times faster than reading out loud. Think you are safe? Not yet. You think, I don't read out loud at all. But check yourself on this. Some people actually do read out loud without realizing it. You might not be reading loud enough for someone else to hear, but many unsuspecting people are surprised to realize that in fact they are moving their lips. Amazingly, some people realize that while they aren't moving their lips, they are moving their throat muscles. You could be doing this too, telling your throat to reproduce the sound of each word. How to fix this? This is simply a case of monitoring yourself as you read and discovering if you move your lips or any other part of your body related to speech as you read. If you find you do this, then make a conscious decision to stop. You'll soon be able to end this bad habit, and you'll notice an immediate increase in your reading speed. Now, the issues we are going to continue with are very important and represent the crucial secrets for speed reading success, so please pay very close attention. Subvocalization. In the first lesson, we've discussed how reading works, how our mind turns written symbols into sounds and sounds into meaning. This process is called subvocalization. While it's an important aspect of reading, in that it enables us to derive meaning from what we read, it's possible that it's slowing you down as a reader more than is necessary. When you subvocalize, your mind focuses more on the sounds of words than it needs to. Read this sentence in your head. Jimmy went outside and tried to climb the tree. What did you hear? Are you trying to pronounce each individual word? Jimmy went outside, etc. If the answer is yes, you are probably taking up too much time subvocalizing. Now, how to fix this? Subvocalization refers to what's going on in your head, not the literal movement of lips muscles. It is therefore much harder to detect. This doesn't mean it's impossible though. As you read, try to listen to what's going on in your mind. If you are hearing the individual sound of every word, that means that you are making your mind work much too hard. Doubling your reading speed will be difficult. The aim is to decrease subvocalization. Since words are directly related to meaning, controlling what you hear in your mind means that you can decrease the amount of time it takes to construct meaning. This is an incredibly important technique, and we'll cover the practical steps to decreasing subvocalization fully in the next modules. For now, just consciously try to note when this happens and reduce it in your mind if possible. Next issue, regression. When you are reading, your eyes are not strictly moving in the left to right, top to bottom motion that you'd expect. Due to a lack of attention control or both, your eyes go back several lines or paragraphs and reread something that you've already covered. This can be a conscious or unconscious habit. Sometimes your eyes just don't want to move in the right direction and glance back at other portions of text. Other times, your mind thinks of a quick question or lacks a speed reader's confidence, forcing you to go back and get more information about something you recently read. Sometimes you are just too tired or distracted. Whatever the reason, regression negatively affects your reading speed because your eyes are not moving forward all the time. Now pay attention to this. Going back and rereading text is often considered a good reading skill when you are trying to get the most meaning out of the text. So if you don't understand something you've read, definitely go back and read it again. If you are interested in reading at more than twice your current pace, be sure to choose texts that are easy enough for you to understand the first time. How to fix this issue of regression? Again, self-monitoring is the key to determining how largely you are affected by regression. Try to pay careful attention to where your eyes and mind are going. Your eyes should move forward line by line. Your mind should keep up with your eyes. If you find that either your eyes automatically revert to previously read text, or if you find that your brain doesn't understand or cannot remember what you've already read, then you are guilty of regression. The more you can control your eyes and keep your mind focused, the more forward and less backward you will read. A useful tool to use is an index card or other small blocking device. As you read, place this card over what you've already read. As you progress down a page, the card will cover more and more of the text. This will restrict you from going back and also will help you realize how much and how often you try to regress. And the last issue that prevents you speed read. Erratic eye movement. This is similar to regression but worse. With erratic eye movement, your eyes don't just revert back to previously read text. They might also jump forward, glance at things outside the text, skip too far down, or even stop dead mid-sentence. You want to make sure that you are reading in a left-to-right, top-to-bottom movement, but your eyes are doing anything but. What's more, they might be doing this without even knowing. Remember that sentences, not individual words, have meaning. When your eyes stop, pause, or wander, it means that you are probably trying to derive more meaning out of individual word rather than out of the sentence's complete meaning. How to fix it? You guess it. Self-monitoring. Our eyes are naturally active creatures that often have minds of their own. When you consider how much information they can take in at any moment, it's amazing how much control we do have over them. If you detect that your eyes do not in fact take in words at a natural fluid rate and movement, then you need to practice. Just like any golfer needs to practice the fluidity of his stroke to get the right feel, a reader who wants to increase his speed needs to get the feel for what his eyes should be doing. Now, this list of bad habits and the importance placed on identifying them may seem a bit daunting at first. Here are some tips and tricks to ease you into the process. Self-monitoring. This is the primary tool for getting rid of bad habits. The idea is to be able to catch yourself in the act of bad reading habit if you pay close attention. Once you recognize which of the above habits are indeed slowing you down, you are giving yourself the power to stop those habits. Next, one habit at a time. Don't focus on all of the habits at once. You'll go crazy and you'll probably make yourself commit them all, even more than you would naturally want to. Instead, focus only on one at a time. And practice thinking about each of these bad reading habits. It may take some time to get into a routine of self-monitoring for these bad reading habits, but once you do it, you are already empowering yourself to stop. Now let's remember our goal. Decrease the bad reading habits and thereby increase the good reading habits. You'll find that if you can stop yourself from performing any of these bad reading habits, then your speed read will automatically increase. Once you've managed to break these bad habits, you are on your way to becoming a pro speed reader. And starting the following chapter, you will take your reading speed to the next level. See you there.